Amendment by Schatzline.
Chair recognizes Mr. Schatzline to explain the amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, this amendment allows the governor to designate additional countries and transnational criminal organizations to the DNI designated country list. I move adoption.
We got to wait for just a second while the system pulls up the amendment. Go ahead.
Move adoption.
The amendment is acceptable to the author. There's a record vote. The clerk, excuse me, I'm sorry. Mr. Wu against the amendment. I apologize, Mr. Wu.
I'm not sure whether people understand what this amendment does. This gives the governor unfeathered power to add whatever country he wants to in this bill. This was originally in the bill and was taken out from the House bill because it's kind of dangerous to say one person can decide whatever country he or she wants to add to this list without any oversight, without really any controls. This is the very definition of overreach. This is putting an extremely large amount of power. So governor wants to add in Mexico tomorrow. Depending on whatever President Trump's mood is, maybe we add Canada in there. You know, it's all possible, and it doesn't have to go through this body. You don't have to approve it, and it's done. So I would urge everyone to vote no, to not give the governor unfeathered power with no oversight.
Mr. Turner. Mr. Schatzline to close.
And
Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Turner.
Will the gentleman yield some questions?
Would you yield, Mr. Schatzline?
yes, I will.
He will, Mr. Turner. Go ahead.
Thank you, Representative. I'm just now seeing your amendment because my device wasn't working correctly. But you basically are amending the bill to allow the governor to designate any country he sees fit to be subject to the provisions of this bill?
Or transnational criminal organization.
Okay. But any country. Let's just focus on that for the moment.
I do trust our governor to make a good decision on these types of decisions.
So my question, Representative, is we've heard a lot today about specific countries as defined in the bill, and we went through a discussion earlier, a lengthy amendment that Mr. Little offered with respect to reasons those countries should be included in the bill. But it seems like your amendment is opening the bill up far beyond the scope of what the stated purpose of it is, to basically say any country in the world could be now included in this barrier to buying property in the state of Texas. So I'm just wondering why you think that's a good idea.
Well, what we're attempting to do here, and this is why we had it in the House bill as well, was to make sure that when transnational criminal organizations such as Trinidad and Nicaragua, or if a threat to Texas comes in, our governor can act swiftly rather than waiting for a year for that to be added into the DNI designated country list. And so that's our attempt that we're doing right now.
Okay, well, but your amendment does two things. So you talk about a transnational criminal organization, which I think is what you just referenced in your last answer, but then you also say a country designated by the governor. So it seems like you're.
Yep.
I'll wait till you're done with your conversation.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. So you have two sweeping provisions in this amendment that I can see. One is any country designated by the governor, as well as transnational criminal organizations, which I think is what you just referenced. But let's just focus on the country aspect for a second. So,
Right. It would not be any country. It's a country designated by the governor under Section 5.254.
okay, and I don't have the bill in front of me. What is Section 5.254?
That references state agencies, Homeland Security Council.
Well, the text of the amendment reads, a country designated by the governor under Section 5.254. So 5.254,
Yeah, that references the Homeland Security Council.
where do you see that in 5.254?
Let me pull it up. Okay. So Section 5254, investigation and enforcement by Attorney General, law enforcement referral. Yep.
Is it drafted for the right bill?
Well, I think it is.
Refer the matter to the appropriate. Yep. Hey, Tony.
Yeah, but how do you start numbering this? And then that doesn't make any sense. Page 3.
Well, I know, but I don't have
No,
answers.
I'm just, you want me to tell you this one?
Underlines. And just replace this with a country designated by the governor?
No, he keeps line one.
What? I'm sorry.
No, it's on page 3, line 2.
3?
Yeah, so it's my understanding, just, would you repeat your question so I can answer it properly?
Okay. My question focused on line 9 and 10 of the amendment, a country designated by the governor under section 5.254. And I'm
Okay.
trying to understand what the parameters are of, and the implications are of that language.
Yep,
So-
it's the sole discretion of the governor in consultation with the Homeland Security Council.
Okay, so there's no limitation on the countries that could be designated as such by the governor. Is that correct?
It will be in consultation with the Homeland Security Council.
With the Homeland Security Council, at the federal level?
State level. At the state level.
Okay, remind me who the Homeland Security Council is at the state level.
The Attorney General. Comptroller. Yeah, it's a multitude of state agencies that are involved.
Okay, I'm just not familiar with the entity, so I think that's important to know for the amendment. So,
Sure, I mean,
what
if-
are the state agencies that make up the Homeland Security Council
All
of
right.
Texas?
Let me gather all of them real quick.
Thank you.
Okay, Department of Agriculture, Office of the Attorney General, General Land Office, Public Utility Commission of Texas, Department of State Health Services, Department of Information Resources, Department of Public Safety of the State of Texas, Texas Division of Emergency Management, Texas Military Department, Texas Commission on Environmental Quality, Railroad Commission of Texas, Texas Military Preparedness Commission. Do you want me to go through every one of them?
So TCEQ and DISHES and the Railroad Commission are going to advise the governor on which countries pose a threat?
I trust
to
that our
Texas?
governor is going to advise with the correct state agencies that are going to be able to tell what that threat could be and assess it properly.
Okay. Okay, so to go into the second part of the amendment, starting on line 13, which you referenced earlier, transnational criminal organization.
Yep.
How is the governor, well, if the governor designates such an organization to be subject to this legislation, how would that be enforced? Because unlike country of origin, unlike nationality, I presume there's not
It's going to have to be investigated, right?
official document that shows that someone's a member of such an organization. So how would that be
The
determined?
gentleman's time has expired.
Move adoption.
The amendment is acceptable to the author. A record vote has been requested. A record vote is granted. The vote is on the accepting the amendment. Vote aye if you're in favor. Vote nay if you're not. It's a record vote. The clerk will ring the bell. Show Mr. Hunter voting aye. Mr. Hebner voting aye.
No.
Have all members voted? Have all members voted? Being 80 ayes and 60 nays, the amendment adopts. The following amendment, the clerk will read the amendment.